Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your mate here, ready to give you the ultimate fishing forecast for New Zealand, covering the week from the 2nd of February to the 8th of February, 2026. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that summer energy in the air, that warmth on your skin, and just known deep in your bones that the fish are going to be on the bite? Well, this is one of those weeks. We're coming off a big, bright, full moon. The water is as warm as it's going to get all year, and the conditions are shaping up for some truly memorable sessions if you know where to go and what to throw. This isn't a week for guessing. It's a week for catching. I'm going to break down exactly how you can turn this summer heat into tight lines, so stick with me. All right, let's dive into our two main targets for this week: the mighty snapper in the salt and the clever trout in the fresh. The principles are the same for both. Beat the heat and match the hatch. First up, the snapper. Right now, the water in places like the Hauraki Gulf is hovering around a balmy 21 degrees Celsius. This warm water has brought massive schools of anchovies into the inner Gulf, and the snapper are right behind them, getting fat and happy. But here's the trick, my friends. They are often keyed in on these tiny baits, so your big, flashy lures might get ignored. The secret is to downsize. I'm talking about using lighter leaders, maybe 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon, and smaller soft baits around 3 inches long. Find the birds, especially the terns and shearwaters, as they are the dead giveaway for the bait balls below. If you're fishing from the shore, don't despair. The snapper are pushing right into the local harbours and estuaries to feed. My advice is to fish the incoming tide right on the change of light, either dawn or dusk. Use smaller cut baits like half a pilchard on a simple rig. You'll be surprised what's cruising in the shallows. The key is stealth and matching the small baitfish they're feeding on. Now for you freshwater fanatics, let's talk trout. February is peak dry fly season, and it is magical. The rivers might be getting a bit low, making the trout extra spooky, but the payoff is huge. With the heat, the trout will be least active during the bright, hot midday sun. Your prime time is the first 2 hours of light and the last 2 hours before dark. The big buzz this time of year literally is the cicada. Having a few big, bushy cicada patterns in your fly boxes is non-negotiable. Trout, especially big browns, find them irresistible. Look for fish in the faster, more oxygenated water at the head of pools, or in deep shaded runs where the water is cooler. They're seeking refuge from the heat, so think like a fish. Where would you go to cool down? That's where you'll find them. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the conditions for the week. The general theme is classic, settled summer. We're looking at a stable high-pressure system sitting over most of the country. This means light to moderate winds, mostly from the southwest, and plenty of sunshine. Air temperatures around the upper North Island will be hitting highs of about 23 to 24 degrees Celsius, with comfortable lows around 17 degrees. That stability is fantastic for fish behavior. They get into predictable patterns, which is great for us anglers. The water temperature is at its peak for the year. In the salt, we're at about 21 degrees, which means pelagic species are super active, but it also means fish in the shallows might be a bit sluggish in the middle of the day. For the freshwater lakes and rivers, this warmth stratifies the water, pushing trout to find those thermal refuges, cooler pockets where they can stay comfortable and happy. This is why targeting areas where cool streams enter a lake or deep oxygenated runs in a river is so critical to your success. Now let's talk about the moon. We are starting the week just after a full moon on February 2nd, and then we're in a waning gibbous phase for the rest of the period. Now, some old-school anglers will tell you that fishing after a full moon can be tough, the theory being that the fish fed all night under the bright light. And there's some truth to that, especially for daytime fishing. However, the incredibly stable weather we have on the forecast should easily override any negative moon effects. The key will be those change of light bite times. The fish might have had a midnight snack, but they'll still be ready for breakfast at sunrise and dinner at sunset. Biologically, the fish are in full-blown summer mode. Their metabolism is high due to the warm water, so they need to feed actively. The snapper and kingfish are aggressively chasing baitfish schools, while the trout are looking up, waiting for clumsy terrestrials like cicadas and beetles to fall onto the water. This is an opportunistic feeding period, so a well-presented lure or fly can trigger some explosive strikes. All right, here is your day-by-day guide to fishing success. Let's break it down. Monday, the 2nd of February. The bite today will be good. We're right on the tail of the full moon, and the weather is looking absolutely perfect and stable. High pressure, sunny skies. That evening bite window for both trout on dry flies and snapper in the estuaries will be your money time. Tuesday, the 3rd of February. I'm rating today as very good. The moon's influence is waning a little, and the fish will be settling into a solid feeding routine. With another warm, stable day, the fishing should be consistent. The morning session will be particularly rewarding for those who get out early. Wednesday, the 4th of February. Today will be good. The forecast shows a slight increase in cloud cover and maybe the slightest chance of a brief afternoon shower. This little change can actually get the fish excited. A drop in light levels during the day could trigger a feeding response, so don't just stick to the change of light. Be ready all day. Thursday, the 5th of February. I'm calling this one excellent. We're back to clear skies and stable high pressure. The fish will be well and truly in their summer patterns. This is the day to target that trophy fish, whether it's a big mooching snapper or a cunning old brown trout. Go with confidence. Friday, the 6th of February. The bite will be very good. It's the perfect day to sneak out of work early. The conditions are holding steady, and with the weekend approaching, it's your chance to get on the water before the crowds. That evening, fishing session should be electric. Saturday, the 7th of February. Today is looking good. Expect more boats on the water and more anglers on the riverbanks. The fish might be a little more cautious due to the increased activity, so a stealthy approach will be key. Lighter leaders and longer casts will make all the difference. And finally, Sunday, the 8th of February. Im rating. Sunday's bite is good but challenging. The pressure from the weekend anglers will be at its peak. Your best bet is to find a spot that's a little off the beaten track, or to focus again on those early morning and late evening bites when the traffic is lower. So there you have it, friends. An incredible week of summer fishing is on the cards. Get out there, be smart, fish the bite times, and you're going to have an amazing time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your plans are for the week or what you've been catching lately. I love hearing your stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more forecasts and tips. Get out there, stay safe, and ni chvosta, ni cheshui, tight lines.